Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all my non-binary friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charvana. I go by the she/her pronouns, and I have a guest with me today.
ACTORPAT, I go by he/him.
And we are here watching and reacting to The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 3. Now, last time, a lot of bad stuff went down, and we're like, well, how do we lighten the mood this time? What do we start with? So I have come to, torture Pat. So,
yeah.
is this okay?
Yeah.
Would you
it's
like
not going to be nearly as bad as what happened to Joel. Not even a fraction.
You're right. Yeah, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Bean Boozles, this is something that happens all the time on stream, and I said I would never buy them again. However, my chat forced me to buy them again. I don't want to eat all these by myself, so we're going to make sure Pat gets to try. Now, the thing with Bean Boozled is, you can either have something that is going to be pretty tasty, or absolutely atrocious, depending
50-50 shot.
On a wheel spin. But did you already pick one?
We've had a lot of these before over on twitch.tv/Charvana, and this is a new flavor that I haven't tried, so I'm taking a risk with the one that I have never had.
Okay.
And it's the...
wet dog or top banana.
Yeah, top banana or wet dog.
It's probably gonna be wet dog.
It's probably... I never have good
If
luck with
it
these.
is nasty, I will do a bean as well.
Okay, so I should just say it's nasty, so you do a bean.
No, I just want to see what your reaction is.
Let me let y'all in on how terrible these can be. I almost threw up. She did throw up on one of them. There's...
It's not gonna happen this time. Don't
not...
worry about it. You just might get a little gag or something in the meantime. In the meantime, you can always skip ahead all of the opening things and go straight to the video by looking down at the descriptions below and jumping on over to the reaction. But in the meantime, Pat, how is it? Is it a banana? Is it a dog? It's a dog!
That's a wet dog.
How do you know what a wet dog? God, you can... The bad part is I can smell it, and it's one of those that you can smell and taste. That's really bad.
It's bad.
You can spit it out.
I'm gonna spit it out.
Okay. In the meantime.
You gonna get one more.
Oh God, don't.
Dude, this is disgusting.
Well, I did promise that I would do one if that was nasty. Welcome back, dear Pat.
You're gonna do a bad bean?
I'm gonna spin it.
She gets to skip stink bug though.
Yep. Peach or barf.
Okay.
Delightful. I think that is this one. Right here. This is because I love you, chat. This is because I love you. And you love me back. That was a beautiful peach. Alright, everybody. Let's get to this reaction. In 3, 2, 1, play. Beautiful. I gotta make sure I can hear you too.
Oh, we jumping right into it.
Yeah, we are. Time skip? No time skip. What do you think?
No time skip. This is still...
I'm gonna say
battle.
a week. Oh, you're right. I was gonna say a week had gone by. No, but you're right.
That's gotta smell so bad.
Have you ever smelled cooked mushrooms before? I guess it's also cooked decay in people and... yeah. He doesn't know yet either.
Oh yeah, they haven't made it back to town. Oh man, everybody's gonna crash out.
Yup. It's gonna be rough, dude. I honestly thought it was his little boy at first. This is Joel. This is Joel.
Ow.
Broke a rib, maybe? Yeesh. I thought
Damn.
it was going to be his son at first, too, because I didn't know that they had actually made it back or not before we saw Joel's hand. Ooh, so I thought also his kid had died at the same time, and I was like, gosh, dang it, dude! This guy can't catch a break! It's out for, well, I guess kind of, because he didn't lose his own life, but... Sheesh.
Sheesh.
My goodness. It's a lot of death already to have to suffer.
Hey, side note. I still taste wet dog.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe beginning of next episode I'll try a different one. We'll see. We'll see.
Hard to be emotional when I'm just like,
I'm so sorry. All right, we're about to end the Last of Us. Ready? Here we go. When I snap, we'll be there. Three months later. Now
okay.
is the
Time jump.
Yeah.
Hey, remember how we built everything with wood? Let's do it again.
Well, you know, it didn't burn nearly as bad as what I had expected, you know?
Sure.
Do they get free healthcare here?
Uh-oh.
Hi.
That's very important.
Man, I guess so.
Damn.
Not changing the mood too much. Do you really think you'd want to keep his jeans if they were shot?
That does look like a... I don't know anything about guns, but that looked like a pretty hefty gun.
Yeah. Take that jacket.
Yeah. Thankful it seems like the town didn't mess with the house. Like nobody tried to claim it or ransack it or...
Yeah. I think there was a mild bit of respect for him and the position that he was at.
Yeah. Also, I'm always so impressed with actors that can do that. That can pull that emotion when needed.
Shoo.
Yeah.
Truthful. But cookies.
No, she's not wrong. What cookies?
You gotta play nice because she still hasn't told you anything.
Fuck, these are good.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch. Crash out summer girl trip.
I like him.
Hmm.
He's just a good character.
So far, good husband, good dad, good uncle.
Oh, so we went through all the proper channels and everything, or are we just
I
jumping
think
to
we're
somebody
jumping
else?
to the bad guys. I think.
I don't know. That looks like a different kind of bad guy.
What are we thinking? Like a cult?
They're very similar.
Yeah, it's got to be a cult with all these scars. Oof. Baby's first weapon.
These was interesting. Mm. Yeah.
That's smart. That's really good advice. Another good dude so far. I like him.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they're gonna be a big fat no. Hmm?
Ellie silently. Hell yeah.
Complicated feelings right now.
Heavy sigh.
Did you write it down? Did you write it down? Because nobody responds to angry!
It's gonna be a mix. She's gonna get halfway through. Last of Us. But actually, good speech. Even Dina's like, damn.
I'm on the fence right now. I can see both sides.
And that's the best part about the show. We don't know what way it's gonna go.
I don't know how to feel. She's getting boozy again. Oh, child.
I like that's her confidence in the players. Like, I'm sitting in the outfield.
Yeah.
They're not gonna hit me. Mm.
She's self-aware. Hmm. It's a powerful statement with her reaching for her own bottle. Just for maybe she's even talking about it herself a little bit.
That's a good debate too. The nature versus nurture argument. Damn, that's a lot of guns. Poetic. No. Who's coming with? It's not going to be just two of them.
Yeah, it's just gonna be two of them. He's just gonna let him out, right? Oh! Why? Why didn't we think of that?
Wow. The Seth redemption arc.
I got mixed feelings towards him too.
Yeah, mixed feelings, but I feel he's on a better side.
I guess, but is it really a better side? I'm still like on the fence about this whole thing.
Shake it. Shake it. There we go. There we go. At least, whether or not it's morally right for this to be happening, like them journeying, I like that even if this situation's wrong, he's trying to make it up to her still. Like, I think he genuinely regrets what he had said. I think.
Dunno.
Oh. Mm.
This was 10 miles south, though, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
So it's an extra 20 miles to the journey?
Well, if you're leaving, it has to be done.
Hmm. Coffee beans. Hmm.
You know, she can argue, the therapist had said, like, oh, she's a liar, which she does lie a lot, but she didn't fight more for the council to be like, no, we need more people, we need the 60s. She accepted it. She just said, I'm just going to go do it. So she didn't lie.
Well, she said I would accept their decision. I guess. Yeah? I'm going to have a cute moment. Maybe not.
I don't really remember.
Ah.
Dang.
What are you trying to defend at that point? You're so confusing. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate any of that conversation for her.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, the wolf people, or the scared of the wolf people.
Yeah, real wolves, fake wolves.
I think that it's the group. I think they know. I'm gonna guess that
It's a trap. It's not a trap.
Dina was wrong, and that they're a powerful group.
Hmm. What did you see? Maybe warn. If it made you puke, maybe warn somebody. Bean Boozle?
I was just gonna say it's all stink bug jelly beans.
Stinky. Oh, yikes.
Oh, damn. So they all got.
Oh, we're not certain that it was them. We're guessing based off of context clues, but we have not gotten any proof. I am suspect.
Yeah, could be red herring. The editing had it. They said wolves and then cut to the wolf logo, so they might try to be purposely.
Or they just tried to reconfirm it, but we haven't gotten any like solid proof yet.
And we're still on the. There's still the subject of the smarter zombies.
Yeah, but they don't shoot, right?
Not that we know of yet.
I don't think they'd shoot. I wonder how long that trek actually takes.
A very Walking Dead shot right there.
Mm-hmm. I hope Shimmer makes it.
Shimmer says, "I do too." Wow.
Stop! Stop flirting! I can't tell! And I hate it. Well, they won't they? Whole season until Dina eats it, right?
Probably
Not
correct.
like that! Oh my god!
Oh, no. Okay.
It's not that kind of channel.
Not a tank? Damn.
Do you just drive that around for funsies? Do you just waste all that gas?
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea, but I don't know. I guess you gotta patrol a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think I would patrol with a tank.
They're moving out.
Yeah, where are they going?
That is a lot more than I think 2 people can take on.
Surely they're not going back to our small town.
Damn. Well, maybe it's like Seth said. They're going to come back laughing because they weren't punished.
Maybe. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And I don't know where they're headed. There's no chance that they're going back to our...
I don't know. I don't know where else they would be going.
But after 3 months, would you wait 3 months to prepare to go wipe somebody out? Especially if you already knew that they were being like...
Oh, like they were down and out. So like,
yeah.
Go, if you're going to finish them off, go do it while they're down.
We might as well do it while the opportunity strikes. In which case, maybe like a month, but not like 3 months later, right? This is just depends. Real weird timing.
Did we get any sense of time on how far that journey was? Like you said, from their hometown to the Seattle base?
I don't think it was just a day. That just seems weird.
Yeah, it had to be. So I don't know like how long, like if it took Abby's group a month to get back, or so it's like, you know, hey, month out and then a month back. Like,
well, my other question is to you. Do you genuinely think that Abby is a part of this group? Or do you think that this is just something that they like picked up a bag from or something like that?
I do think they're a smaller splinter group.
Okay.
I do think it's 2 factions. I think they know each other. Like, I think she's a part, probably, like, if there's a company umbrella, like, her group is part of the grander wolf. But, like, I feel like she's Wolf's Ellie. Like, where she's like, they're like, no, don't go do this. And she's like, I'm gonna go do it anyway.
Gung-ho.
So...
All right, let's go, like, just rewind it a little bit. Let's go back to the town meeting. I know we're going to jump around a lot in this episode. That's just what we like to do. But let's go back to the town meeting. We had a whole bunch of people talk at the town meeting, including a bunch of people that I did not expect to. But if you were on the council, as was, after hearing everybody speak, would you have said yes or no?
That's tough.
You are Pat. Listening to this,
yep.
you are not tied to Joel. You are not tied to anybody like that,
right?
Except for like knowing that he was a good person for the town and helped out and actually was able to like help it prosper.
So tough because like the one woman said, it's like we all lost somebody. It's like, yeah, you lost Joel, but like I lost my sister and you lost your whatever. It's like, so how do we get vengeance on everybody? Like if you're going after your person, why are we not going after my person? Or we can't because there's just too many, or but I don't know, because the town itself was attacked by the Horde, and the Horde might have been triggered by because it was Abby going over the ice, right? That like got the Horde out of the...
Yes, but did they know that?
I don't think it wasn't intentional, but it was her doing, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they knew that either.
Right. It wasn't, so like it's hard to say let's all go wipe them out because it was the Horde. So like it was just zombies in a zombie apocalypse. So I don't know. It is tough with the like in the grand scheme of things. You're asking us to send the town's elite to like so that we don't defend the town. That's such a hard call because like the show, I guess I can't say obviously, but it's like they want you to feel for Ellie, and so it's just like, well, yeah, of course we gotta go fucking get him because it's like it's Joel. You killed Pedro Pascal.
I know.
We're gonna like in a horrible, brutal way. I think I would have pitched a middle ground of let's not send us like a 16 group squad, but let's go get intel. They came to us and ruined a lot, but we have no idea how big they are. So 16, like, I mean, even if they sent the 16, they got a whole army walking down here. So it's like they should have sent scouts and said, let's learn about them. Let's do like a couple weeks reconnaissance and then come back and have this discussion, because then we would know, yeah, we need to send everybody because they've got an army. Or it's like we need to go, like we need to move.
Okay, well you can only say yes or no right now. Everybody's saying yes or no on pieces of paper. They open up pads. It's like,
essay.
Hey, I got you another solution here. Let's try this instead. No, you got one or the other.
I guess technically no then, but I wouldn't have let the meeting end. I would have brought that up.
That's fair. That's fair. I think I would have also voted no in this situation. And not because I don't see some of the points, and especially for the sake of loving the main character and wanting the main character to like get the revenge. We wouldn't have a story, I don't think, if we hadn't had that.
And you know what? I think I would have said no, offered up my other idea, but I also would have championed like, look, I can't stop you from going, and I will make sure you're equipped. Like, I know you're gonna go. Like, everybody knows Ellie's gonna go. So it's like, I will give you supplies. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna let you go empty-handed and, like, you know, sneak out. Like, go with our blessing, but, like, I wish you wouldn't. I
still think that there is too much at stake losing that many people. Or, like you said, going into a situation that is unknown. Yeah. Had we just thought it was 5 people and just didn't have a base or anything like that, but knowing that they're affiliated with a group, whether or not they actually are affiliated with them, but having patches and symbols and things like that, and knowing that this is a sect of the Fireflies that Joel fought, whether or not we know that or not, it's still just knowing that they're a part of another grander scheme. That I don't feel comfortable sending people without, like you said, having some additional information.
Yeah, it's like, go with the, send 3 people, and send 4 people, and it doesn't have to be the elite protectors, but it's like, hey,
who's sneaky?
Yeah, like, who can sneak around? Who's good with binoculars? Who's good with, like, because we don't necessarily, that is not shooting people from the fence. So, like, if you're the sneakies, head on out if you want to. Obviously, we can't force anybody, but yeah, it would have been no, offer the exploratory mission, and equip Ellie. It would have been my path. Next question on that. Who do you think voted yes?
I don't think Jesse said yes.
I'm torn on Jesse. I don't know.
I don't know. The way that he was just like, how he was responding, not only to Ellie in her garage, but also right after the vote was over. I looked at him first. I was just like, And he's like, he's not making eye contact. He's looking down, just being like, and I don't know if that was him just being like, ooh, I'm sorry, Ellie, it didn't go through. Or rather like, I can't look at you because I know I was one of the people that said no.
I feel pretty confident Tommy voted yes, because he said, I'm with you. Of course, I support you, and I do believe him. I don't know about his wife.
I feel like she was moved. I think she was moved by the justice line. I think we got a good close-up on her where she was just like, this is not about vengeance or revenge. It's rather about justice. And that's something that you used to offer people. And I think that was a turning point for her, just being like, maybe.
It's just, I'm so torn on Jesse because he gave such a good tip. Like that whole, like, write it down because you're not going to win with anger. And it's like, if he wanted a flat out no, he wouldn't have told her that. Like, he could have.
I don't think he wanted to vote no. I just think it was one of those things that it is, if you're going yes or no, both of us said no right there. Both of us were trying to use a logical, tactical, and reasonable compromise there. But if it's only between the two, you got to say no until you can get that compromise. I will say, I don't think Seth helped the situation. I think
because he came from anger.
I think he actually, with that anger, possibly even turned some people away. Nobody likes to be called stupid. Nobody likes to be called dumb. Nobody likes to be called a victim or a coward. They can double down on all of the reasonings that we came up with, saying like, we have to protect the village. It was just ransacked. We have to make sure that this is rebuilt stronger than before. So there's a lot of weight to those words as well. And just calling people victims and cowards and things like that, that does not help the situation. So I can see that actually having turned some people against, no matter what Ellie was going to say next. That she followed him, excellent. Had he been the last person to speak, I think we would have gotten a lot more no's. But I am still mixed feelings, just like Ellie, on him. Because, like, although rooting for our main character and rooting for her decisions to go out and actually still do this mission alone, or what we thought was going to be alone at first, him actually supporting her and would be good in all this, he's still coming from this horrible place of hate. Like,
it's true. I said in the episode, it's like, oh, like Seth redemption arc, he's helping her, he's trying to do, and when you said that about the speech though, it's like, what he said to the girls was hateful, and I do believe he regretted saying it. I don't know if it's from a place of because he knows that was bad, or just like, oh, because now everyone thinks I'm a dick. But yeah, so it's like that came from a hateful place, and then the speech came from a hateful place. So
I don't particularly like him or his arc right now, and I get that he is being helpful, but this is not the help that we necessarily need. So I don't know, because it's are you on the fence about this? What would you have voted in the council? Or put it down in the comments below, because I am genuinely curious if this is a smart idea just coming from the revenge, because regardless of what Ellie has said, we know she's a liar. She's doing this out of revenge, and who can blame her when you know her relationship with Joel? So you can't blame somebody, but you can't support it either.
That one that hit hard for me was just the therapist's line, nature versus nurture, and how there's so little bit of nurture, like and so just the thought process and the belief of, same thing, do you guys comment, do you believe people are just who they are and it doesn't matter what way you nurture them, or do you think that you could shape more? Like, do you feel you've been shaped more by your experiences and teachings, or are you just innately Char?
I just think there's a lot of what you expose yourself to, and the feelings that you accept about yourself and about the people surrounding you. If Ellie could come to I still don't know. I still think there's something there that we don't have information on from the Ellie and therapist talk at the very beginning.
Oh,
she knows
like,
something.
I don't know,
she knows something, and I want to know what that is. But I do think that there is a responsibility we have to check ourselves and to be like, is this actually progressing any kind of relationship or boundary? Because I don't think Ellie did a very good job of progressing her relationship with Joel from the beginning of the season. I also don't feel like the boundaries that they set for one another did anything to progress that relationship or to end that relationship. There's got to be one or the other. When you have a stagnant relationship with that much tension in it, there's no point to it. Like, I think that people have to work out their problems or end it. And to like have that much tension and still have that connection is not helpful for anybody, especially in a time like this when something can go so wrong.
So quickly, so fast. And another hard-hitting line too, that I think is like impossible advice. It's great advice, but also like impossible to necessarily handle in the moment, is that when she said, or when Ellie said to the therapist, your last moment with someone doesn't mean the same thing as your whole life with them, or whatever it was to that effect, where it's like, that doesn't change your whole lifetime with them. And the therapist was like, well, yeah, but a lot of people do focus on that, because
it means like, so much to so many people, though. Yeah,
because you don't know what was going through Joel's head in that moment, like when he saw Ellie, like so it would be very difficult to not think that, but hope that they also felt the same, of like, I know we're in a fight right now, but most of our time has been good. And so that was just like a oof. Oh my God.
I'm loving our therapist character. I think she is so entertaining, because she is not somebody that is just, I can fix everything. She's also a very broken person and straight up admits it. Like, she's an alcoholic.
And
she
said what
does
you
weed.
said last week with the, like, she's the only therapist. She's like, who am I supposed to see? And she's like, I'm supposed to sort all this out with someone and I can't.
So I'm really liking that, because she's not trying to cover it up. She admits it. She fully like embraces that. It's not something that is the correct coping methods, but again, she is not finding coping methods anywhere else. Nobody else has the same kind of insight that she has, or the training that she's had for 40 years doing that. So I just like the character. I like how it's written very, very much so. Speaking of characters I really like Tommy. I had such a different, like,
now that Joel's out of the picture,
expectation.
It's like, he's definitely the leading man, essentially.
But still, I just like his character behavior and everything. I like his wife a lot too. We don't get to see her nearly as much. I would love to see her more, like we did in the first episode. But I really like him, because I still expected him to be a little bit off the handle, just because he's Joel's brother. So I just still wanted a little piece of Joel in him. Is there a piece of Joel in him? Yeah, I think there is a leadership role, much like Joel had, but I do think that Tommy has a better level head about him. He's not afraid to be scared in the moment. He's not afraid to take charge where he needs to. He's also not afraid to check himself, which a lot of the time he's just been like, I am so upset too, and I want to do this, and I cannot stop you, and I... Just all those feelings that he had with Ellie, but we're taking it to the council. Yeah,
and like, yeah, because it's like, I will vote yes, because I think, like, yes, let's go kick some ass and take some names, but there's a process, and we have to think of the good of the city and what everybody wants.
I think he's a very responsible character.
And then, again, back to the previous episode, like you said, just having that, not only is he tough, because he's like, I'm going to be the last line of defense with my flamethrower, which is insanely brave, but also having that moment of weakness with his wife when he like breaks down.
I was so scared for him at the very start. I did not like put two and two together that this was the exact moment that they had already brought Joel.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be coming into
one
town.
of those moments that we would see them coming in and have that reaction where he immediately finds out. Instead, we got to see Joel on the table first, but I thought it was his son. For a hot second, I was like, oh, because we still haven't seen his son anywhere. So I don't know what like that whole storyline's going to entail, and if there is going to be any more family moments that we see. I'm wondering if there is going to be a moment where that was just teased in front of us, being like, here is the risk, here is what you are risking, or just give a reason to, not reason, but like an additional reason why Tommy is a level-headed person. What were you saying?
No. What else? What do we think? Because it's been a 3-month jump now. We didn't see anything this episode. I kept waiting for more about the plants in the pipes, the fungus in the pipes, because it's like they're rebuilding the town.
Yeah.
But we didn't see like, oh, yep, we saw them in the pipes and we cleared out that arc. You're like, I don't know if that's still a thing.
We haven't cleared that arc, so I don't think that anything has happened with that yet.
Because they made it such a point to show it in those first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I just was like, that's got to be a problem later this season.
How did you feel about Dina keeping it a secret from Ellie that she knew the names and the location for 3 months?
1,000,000% agree with Dina.
Yes.
1,000,000% agree. She nailed it. She said you would have ripped your tubes out. You would have walked and you would have crawled out of that hospital and gone. And she 1,000,000% would have done it.
Already, Ellie was over here doing crunches, sit-ups, push-ups in the hospital, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We found that out from dialogue. So yeah, I think you were 100% correct with that.
Yeah, it just shows you how in tune with Ellie Dina is.
I guess. But
and she said, I love the like, it's a peace offering because I'm about to make you mad. And I'm like, but was already again in the list of things she was gonna say, like, but I am gonna go with you. Like, I am going to help you. Here's the names. Here's the location. And I loved her logic too. She says, we know where they are. Like, why would we go after them before they get there? Because like,
what if they had a couple other stops? What if they were going on a different route? What if we ran into them on the way and like that wasn't a good thing?
It's like, we know where their base is, so let's just target that. And then later in the episode having the like, yeah, I mapped it out. I knew you were gonna do none of this. I got the supplies. I got the like, you got guns, and that was it. You have rage in your backpack. I've got medical supplies. So I like Dina a lot, but it does frustrate me that she's leading Ellie on and like having that like, I like you, but I don't. I like you, but I like
it's
like
one of the most
boyfriend.
frustrating will they won't they's that I've seen in a minute. Just because like we already don't get enough representation over on any kind of media sources lately. So I know there are some. Okay, I get it. You can even put your comments and suggestions down in the comments below. However, I want this to happen, but I also am very aware that Dina is saying all the language of somebody who is straight and still just bi-curious, but maybe not. But maybe, but not. Because she even said, like, Ellie says, I know it didn't mean anything. And Dina goes, yeah, you're right. Like, it didn't mean anything. Says, like...
okay, so you told her it didn't mean anything. So if that's the way you're going, fine. But then you end it with, like, but I wasn't that high.
It's like what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, because then, it didn't mean anything because you were high, but it's like, but I wasn't that high. So it did mean something?
So it means a little bit, but not really. Can we just talk it out?
Yeah, and it's like, and did you think I was a good kisser? Like...
And, like, does it matter? You're already back with Jesse. So, like, come on, Dina.
Yeah, so I don't like her dangling that bait in front of Ellie. Because Ellie's been through a lot. She doesn't need that additionally. Yeah.
It's cute to a point. When that point gets crossed, that's when it's just like, this is starting to get annoying. I like you as a character for all the resources that you do, all the characters that you like, all the snark that you are able to put out there. But don't do that. That's not fun.
I do think that I'm going to guess they will connect. They will. It will happen. And I think it's going to happen with Dina saving an injured Ellie.
But I want to like Dina. That's ultimately, I want to like Dina, and I want her to stay safe through this. Do you think she is going to survive?
Well, I don't know, because it's HBO, and we've said one of the praises of this show for us is that we don't know where it's going. I think as a writer, Ellie has gone through too much at this point for her to lose Dina as well. I
don't know. I think... I don't want it to happen. Do not say that I want this to happen, but
she grew up in a Fedra, school system, being kind of, the problem kid. She lost Joel. She went through the trauma of almost giving up her life to be studied by the Fireflies.
Lost Riley.
Has gone through the homophobia stuff in town.
Dana's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back, I think. I don't think Ellie is just yet to the Joel point of last season to wipe out an entire civilization. I think she is angry, and I think she will recklessly go in attacking. However, I do not think she will be on full rampage mode until she loses one other person in front of her. And I think that might be Dina. Okay, pause. I want to take us on theory journey where I'm going to go completely off the walls and see what I can come up with, because my brain keeps going a mile a minute with this episode. I still do not think that the wolves are the ones that attacked that little tiny prophet cult.
Okay.
So if I do not think the wolves attacked them, that means somebody else had to attack them. So that means that there's some other source that is capable of wiping out that many people on the road at once. So I'm thinking that might be what the wolves are setting out for. Maybe it's not the establishment of our establishment.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if they're going after them, there might be an encounter that's going to happen between unknown baddies and our two main protags.
So we got Protag Town. We got the wolves. We've got the cult, and then mystery faction that you think wolves are going after.
Why I think there is a mystery faction. We have fully said the whistles with the cult, and then it was, it must be wolves. Are it demons? No, wolves. And so, were we talking actual wolves? Were we talking the WLFs? Who knows? When we see them, and we see them all beaten, battered, bruised, dead, Dina throws up, and they both assume this was the wolves. We have no confirmations as viewers that it was actually the wolves. That could have been just like, this is the destruction. We just want you to see what they can do. However, I feel like that's a double blind. Like, at this point, we are just accepting it as the viewer, where I don't think it's going to be that. So I would love to see if the wolves and our two protags have to join up against that. Because I would love to see if Ellie could actually
classic, like, Ellie has to team up with Abby to do something.
I think that's gonna be the case. Just because, like, there is this unknown force now, and we don't know who it is. And where did the cult come from?
What I wanted to say, the symbol on the cult's jackets, it looks like a DNA helix to me. So I'm curious, because they specified their prophet died 10 years ago. Like, there was the one woman in season 1, the scientist that knew, right? She was like, this is gonna happen. Like, we need to blow up the building, right? Or I can't remember. It was like, we got to destroy it was the scientist that knew the fungus was happening. And so I'm curious if, like, she was the prophet, but I don't think that fits the time.
So do you think we've already met the prophet then? You think it's going to come back up, that we are going to see this cult again? Because one, we might have seen them all. I don't know if that was like a traveling faction or if that was the entirety of them. I thought that those were surely going to be, just because this is based off of a video game and they all look so similar, I felt like that was going to be somebody that we were going to fight. I still think we might, so I think it might still be a full encampment elsewhere.
I like I don't like it for Ellie, but I like, as a viewer, the like teaming up with Abby shenanigans.
I think that's gonna happen. I don't trust when TV shows do not show me the evil that they keep talking about. You know what I mean?
But I feel like there's going to be some sort of reveal with the prophet, that it's not that they died, it's that they're one of the town members. Like it's Tommy's wife. It's
interesting.
Some character we know to have a like, oh, you were like a cult leader, and like, are you secretly still in the cult? And this is like how you're doing something for, because like, I don't know, there's so much cult storyline I want to know about, like what's with the scars, what's with the hammers, what's with like. Or is that just flavor because it's,
maybe
random thing?
Thinking it was going to be a bigger deal than it is. Who knows?
But also, I don't know, because we haven't played the video games. I still think that Dina lives through this season, because if Joel is main, like, loving figure to Ellie in season 1 to die in season 2, Dina will be main loving figure in season 2 to die in season 3.
Yikes.
Or game 3.
Yikes. The only other thing that I can think of is if there is another faction of evil that we do not know what it is, it would suck to learn that they had already taken out Abby and her gang. That's the only other thing that I'm thinking of, too.
That'd be interesting, to have the, like, you don't get that revenge, you don't get that satisfaction.
And that's why they're sending out everybody. I'm just trying to think of like so many different angles, because it's so fun to theorize this one.
Yeah, and then with that cult, they did say demons or wolves, and so I'm assuming they mean the demons are the fungus people.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Maybe.
So it could be maybe demons is the secret faction.
It's fun to see relatable moments on screen, and grief is a relatable moment sometimes, so to see actors be able to portray that so well when Ellie was by herself a lot of the time, I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed the shot where she's walking out of the therapist office at the very top.
Yeah.
There's one where she's walking directly at camera, and it's mostly focused on her face.
It's so subtle.
And it's just the confidence to just the deadpan. Wasn't even sad. It was just kind of like,
and if I remember
sad
right,
acceptance.
It was even like in the like the lighting of walking, because it's like, like sort of happy into like and down, like it just the slightest mouth down, like it was very good.
It wasn't full on like, now I'm sad. It's just the acceptance and sadness that comes with it. So wow.
And two thoughts on that. One, Bella Ramsey's just a great actor, I think. I love
really
her
good
in Game of Thrones, and I do love that HBO loved them, because obviously they picked, well, yeah, we got Bella, we got Pedro from Game of Thrones, let's bring them in. But I watched a clip recently of, I think it was Robert De Niro, and he said one of the greatest things you can do as an actor is nothing. And it's like, and just let, like, if you're trying to be sad and you just like, I'm trying to look sad, like that's fake and everyone knows. But if you just do nothing, the audience will fill that in. And we're theorizing, we're doing, it's like, we don't know what Bella Ramsey was thinking in that moment. All she did was just like, she just blanked her face. She just went, and it's like, that's grief, that's sadness, that's like, and so yeah, it's been very fun. She's very talented. And quick edit, I apologize, I should be referring to Bella as they them.
Yes.
So apologies, Bella, if you're watching this.
I want to talk about the baseball also, if we can.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cute that they're still trying to keep a sense of normalcy and childhood, because this is childhood of this day and age, where you're still keeping things like baseball, but also protocol where you have to learn how to shoot things, but you still have that childlike wonder. We didn't get to see that with some of our main characters, especially Bella Ramsey's character growing up. So it's just like,
yeah, and the Fedra institution.
Yeah, you don't get that. So to see it be so lively and colorful and bright in that one scene after so much death and destruction on the previous scenes, I kind of like it.
And I thought it was hilarious that they're sitting in the outfield.
Yeah.
They're not gonna hit it here. Like I'm totally safe right here.
You just tripped all the way to first base.
Yeah. So that was cute. Well, on a final note, I still taste wet dog.
Oh no!
It's been over an hour, and I still taste wet dog.
Well, at least it's not fungus, and it probably smells a lot better than what they're smelling in game.
Bean Boozle scientists,
In show.
you need to be slapped.
Oh my god. In any case, if you want more Pat content or myself content, you can always join us live over on twitch.tv. We are on 2 different channels, twitch.tv/Charvana and
twitch.tv/ACTORPAT.
so check us out over there. The links are down in the description. Until next time, everybody, have a good one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Mwah!